And this is going to sound like one of those stories where people go, oh, that didn't happen. I got up, I walked over and I said, either turn your phone off or get out. Welcome back to No Bad Seats, the Regent Cinemas podcast with myself, Luke, and
Sam.
Yeah, so we are just going to kick it off this week with what have we been watching. We're going to talk about Project Hail Mary, which is a movie that we've both been really excited about.
Mm-hmm. Which I've seen twice now.
You have seen twice now because you came to the advanced screening that we had. Got yourself a hacky sack.
I did.
Hey, by the way, Project Hail Mary hacky sacks. I've got 3 to give away. So if you are on this podcast and listening and you want to win a Project Hail Mary hacky sack, first 3 people to comment and let us know that you want to win. What should we, maybe just go like hashtag Rocky. If you say hashtag Rocky in the comments.
Amaze.
Hashtag amaze. Either of those, we will get you a Project Hail Mary hacky sack and ready to go. What do you think?
Any free Project Hail Mary stuff, great.
Cool.
Great movie, so...
Cool. Yeah. If you are the number 1 person,
Ooh.
I'll give you 2 free tickets. How about that?
That's
First person to see this and comment saying hashtag Rocky, you get 2 free tickets and you get a hacky sack, a Project Hail Mary hacky sack. Now, I didn't see the hacky sacks. Are they the Earth ones that he has?
They're all different.
Okay.
I got one that looks kind of like a baseball. Like it's white,
cool.
Has like red lines around it.
Yep.
My friend got another one that I can't remember what it was.
There you go.
But yeah, they looked to be all different designs and
Fantastic.
the one that features in the movie is the Earth.
Yep.
I think there's like a bowl of them
that he has. Yeah.
So
cool.
But yeah.
So there you go, Project Hail Mary hacky sack. Get yours. Be quick. And that's going to be on YouTube and or Spotify.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're on there, jump in the comments. We know you're listening. We can see. All right. So moving on. What are we watching this week? Sam, tell me a bit about what you've been catching up on or what you've been watching.
We have been still watching Shrinking, which is coming down to its couple last episodes, I believe. Loving it.
It's been very good.
Great. And Scrubs.
Yes.
Which I don't know if you've watched the new season of Scrubs yet.
Of course.
Okay.
So
cool.
Scrubs is my wife Renee's favorite show of all time.
Yep.
We love Bill Lawrence, obviously, but Scrubs has been her number 1 literally forever.
Yep.
The fact that this captures the essence of the show so well is just phenomenal. Like, I just could not stop smiling watching the first couple of episodes. I mean, literally the only issue I had was resolved within the first 2 minutes of episode 1, where they made a bunch of jokes about, oh, we're the same people, but we're old now.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope they don't do this too much because this is getting old already. And then they were like, that's it for we're the same people, but we're old now jokes.
Yeah.
And now the credit rolls. And like, I was like, okay, yep, you got it all out of your system there. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been so good. It's like a full-blown true return to form. The cast's all great. They look like they're having fun again. Yep. Not that they weren't having fun, but...
Did you listen to the Scrubs podcast?
No, I keep meaning to go back and listen to it.
So we listened to that, like Office Ladies, Scrubs podcast, like all of those throughout the entire COVID onwards, basically.
Yes,
So I've listened to every single Scrubs podcast episode, and it's really cool to watch because they were talking about, oh man, wouldn't it be great to reboot? Wouldn't it be great to do something for years? Like, because the Scrubs podcast ran for 5-6 years.
Yeah,
and
well, it was around COVID time, I believe.
Yeah, they started it up just before COVID, I think, and then it was like, oh, this has made it, we can really go hard. But yeah, it's cool to see. It ran for a really long time. They did every single episode. They did season 9, which they're not really a part of. And the whole time they were keen. Man, how good would it be to reboot? What does it look like? All that sort of thing. So the fact that we're seeing it,
well,
makes me
interestingly,
really happy.
the reboot has been in production for about 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. So I was listening to Zach Braff on Dak Shepard's podcast the other day, and he was saying they didn't know about it. The cast didn't know that it was happening, but obviously Bill had because it was the rights were with
ABC,
Disney, ABC, all under the umbrella. But then Warner Brothers had something else, and there was this cross thing. He was like, so it's taken years just to get them to go, yeah, okay, we'll do it at this time, and how we're going to do it, and
Interesting.
all that type of stuff. So he said they only found out like a year or two ago
Yep.
that it was like green light, good to go. But I'm sure there was probably like whispers happening of like, hey, everyone wants this.
I mean, they were talking about it. I think the most interesting thing is that when they finished season 8, the hospital that they were filming in was demolished. So looking at this, it's like the hospital hasn't changed at all.
They
rebuilt
it.
the entire set. It's really interesting to watch.
On a soundstage
too. Love
it.
To watch some of the behind the scenes stuff about that. And, you know, I saw Sarah Chalk was talking about how because the original seasons were in a hospital and it was a real hospital, some of the stuff has been made easier, and so they've made like the hallways are slightly wider so that they can fit camera equipment. The rooms are slightly larger for camera equipment so they can get shots better and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just enough that it can
just makes everyone's life a little bit easier. Yeah.
So that's real interesting. But Scrubs reboot's been phenomenal.
The only thing that makes me sad about these like reboots is it's come out so great, and I'm like, how long are we getting? Are we getting one season and then you guys are just going to move on?
We're getting 10 episodes this season, and it's already been greenlit for a second.
Okay, cool.
So we're all good. I don't think anybody in Hollywood right now is going, Bill Lawrence, no.
I mean, he's got
even
Shrinking, Scrubs, and Rooster has just started as well.
Ted Lasso season 4 is about to start. Bad Monkey season 2 is in production. He has 5 shows on the go right now.
Yeah.
5.
I'm pretty sure he has like just a golden check in Hollywood of like,
yes,
do whatever you want, just as long as your name's on it.
Yeah, I think particularly Ted Lasso hit at the right time, and it's now like he's a golden goose. Get him on. And I think Apple have done really well sticking with him.
I've heard good things about Rooster as well, which is the new HBO
we're
one.
Waiting. We're going to wait until it's out a little bit and watch that. But yeah, very keen for that too.
Yeah, no. The only other thing we watched this week was Ready or Not, the first one.
I also watched Ready or Not, the first one.
What'd you think? Because you hadn't seen it before.
I hadn't seen it before. I quite liked it. You know, it was fun. I like Adam Brody always, so that's good. Thought it was, a bit silly, a bit over the top.
It's like a popcorn action comedy-ish.
Yeah, exactly. It had a good cast, and I don't know. It's always just these sorts of movies. They're really played up, but I'm excited for the second one. It should be fun. So Ready or Not 2, Here I Come is out now, and it picks up directly at the end of the.
Yeah, I believe the final shot, they've recreated the final shot to then continue on. So it's like seconds after the first one finishes, goes into the next one.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Cool. Yeah, happy days. And Catherine Newton's in this one. That's cool.
Amongst a bunch of other big names. Sarah Michelle Gellar's in there.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk. What I've been watching, for starters, I have been catching up on Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, yeah.
So, obviously, we discussed Night of the Seven Kingdoms a couple of weeks ago because of the Breaking Bad Night of the Seven Kingdoms finale and the back and forth. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe for someone like yourself who hasn't seen Game of Thrones, but obviously these shows are very heavy political shows set in a medieval fantasy realm. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is based on a short story that he had written that's sort of in between House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. So it's about 100 years,
Okay.
There's 100 years either side. One's House of the Dragon, one's Game of Thrones. And it's based on this number of short stories, but if you follow the short stories, the main character has a squire. The squire then eventually grows up to become Aegon Targaryen, and you don't realize, he's a bald kid named Egg, and it's Aegon.
Yep.
He shaved his head so that people don't know he's a Targaryen, and that's sort of like the whole thing, is that he then grows up to be this this king that you sort of see things play out. But as we know, these shows about an hour long, very heavy political sort of things. Now, they're fantastic, particularly House of the Dragon. The last couple of seasons have been really good. And I'm really excited to see the third one, which is coming out soon. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is 6 episodes. It's 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It's really light.
Yeah.
And it's sort of funny.
Okay.
And I kept hearing that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Then I watched it, and it's just like the whole tone of it is this really like sweet, sort of light. You got this guy who was a squire for a knight who has died. The knight...
So no beheadings, heads on spikes?
Not straight off the bat. There's some rough stuff, don't get me wrong. But this knight, essentially, this squire, his knight has died. He has like taken up the realm of knight, but nobody really knew who his knight was.
Okay.
So now he's going around saying, oh, this person who was essentially like a father to him worked with you and you and you. And they're all like, we don't give a crap. We don't. And he's like, come on, like trying to be really honorable. And then he gets this squire of his own. And it's this sort of story of, it's almost like a big brother, little brother type story.
Yep.
Yeah, super light. I saw a lot of stuff about just how delightful the young kid is who plays him. I saw a meme on Instagram about, it was like a photo of him, the kid who played him, who shaved his head to go to school, and dressed as himself for book week.
Right.
Like, so he dressed as his character from the show, so he took his props and he just took his book in. With,
just like best
he's
costume
like,
ever.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm dressing as me for book week. And you're just like, that's so sweet, because he's like 12.
Yeah, okay.
Like, so yeah, it's been really good. I've been really surprised how well that sort of style fits within the tone of this universe, which we've known for sort of quite a lot of like brutality and savagery
say, very
and that
dark
sort of thing. And then you've got this
usually,
like just sweet story in the middle, which is, there were moments of that in both Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, but I think because the overarching tone was something else, you're then seeing that sort of sweet story play out. You're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Whereas this is the main part of it. But it's also, the stakes are so much lower. It's not a big, like, realm-defining defining thing. It's just, here's a story of this tall guy and his bald friend. Like, and that's the story. You're
Buddy
like,
cop, like.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's the vibe it gives off. And because this Sir Duncan the Tall has grown up with this knight who wasn't involved in stuff, and Egg has grown up as a Targaryen prince, essentially. He knows all of this stuff, and he's like the one educating. He's like, no, you can't do that because that's who this person is. And he goes, and giving him like all etiquette and rules and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun. I'm really surprised how well it's working for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, my wife's a bit the same. Like, she likes these shows, but then she goes, I can't watch too many of them because it's so heavy. Where she's like, this is just great. It's so good. And I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what we've been watching. But
very cool.
Keen for Ready or Not 2. But yeah, we've got a couple of trailers that came out this week, Sam.
We do. We have a few trailers. Just 1 second before you keep going. Has that fallen out?
It has fallen out.
I noticed it towards the end there. I was like, I am going to stop you briefly.
Hold on. Let me just make sure. Professional, I am recording, but we've fallen out. So
we're keeping that in now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just keep on rolling.
Let's keep on rolling.
Trailers.
Yep.
We have had a few this week. I'm struggling to remember all of them, but I most notably remember the Spider-Man trailer that just came out.
And the Dune trailer.
Oh,
I know
yes,
you're
Dune.
like blocking out everything Timothée Chalamet, but
I'm not. Both of these trailers slightly underwhelmed me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm just excited to see stuff from both of them.
Definitely. Like, they're both still on a level of like, yeah, these are exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's because we're like 3-4 movies deep into each of these franchises. I'm like, I know what I'm getting to an extent that I'm like, yeah, Spider-Man. Like, it's cool to see, but it's not something fresh and new. Like, I remember when the Project Hail Mary trailer came out, and I was like, whoa, this is exciting. So when these ones come out, I'm like, yeah, cool, checked the boxes, great.
Yeah, I mean, I get that to a degree. I think it's always nice to see when you know something big's coming up.
And I think
like a Dune, which is going to compete with the Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's this, like, the first two were so well done. You've got Denis Villeneuve, who's, doing the third one and completing his trilogy, essentially, which is book 1 and 2 of the Dune franchise. before it apparently gets pretty weird.
Because this one's Messiah, isn't it?
Yeah, and then apparently after that, like I've not read. I read part of the first one, so I've not read the actual full stories. But my understanding is, in the fourth one, Paul's son becomes a sandworm.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
We'll just stop the
So we're
movies
just
in a
gonna
trilogy.
stop at like the story where before it gets like too weird.
Before it becomes Animorphs.
Yeah, exactly. So something along those lines, and I'm sure somebody who's read them all will be like, "That's not what happens exactly." It's less weird when you read it, which is probably the case.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I also do, looking at this, understand why he's going, I'll just tell Paul's story, because then I think it's like Children of Dune.
Yes.
Is
Yeah, okay.
the next sort of arc. So yeah, it makes sense to just end it at Paul's story. The cast, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Robert Pattinson in this, who
Looks creepy as hell.
he reminded me of. He just got like the vibe of some Eastern European villain in an 80s movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
There's
he's just
someone
got like
else I'm
that
trying to think
bleach
of.
blonde, squared off hair.
Yeah.
Like he looked like Paul from Tekken.
He looks like his name would be Silas.
Yes.
I'm
Or
sure there's a
like-
movie character
or
named
like
Silas that looks like that too.
Matthias or something like that.
Matthias, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely up along those lines. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not in a sci-fi world, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm on board for Dune. I loved Dune 1, I love Dune 2, and I'm here for Dune 3.
Maybe I'll finally catch this one at the cinema.
I think we need to try and get to IMAX and watch 1 and 2 in IMAX,
Yeah.
because I'm sure between now and then they'll play them, and
Surely.
yeah, that's what we need to do, because you need to see them on the big screen for sure. I'm hoping we get them here. I don't know.
Interestingly, the new one, so the first two were shot digitally, completely digitally, film out process, like scanning to film, filming back in, blah, blah, blah.
We've spoken.
This one is a combination of both. So you're getting proper 1570 IMAX scenes.
Yep.
Mixed in with also, I think, Panavision 65mm, so a little bit like Sinners.
Yep.
Had those like widescreen ones. And then also digital IMAX.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. So apparently, Denis said something about the digital. I think it might be for the sand. I can't remember. It might be the sand scenes or something like that.
That's all of them.
Well, that's what I
whole
thought. When he
thing
said
is
it, I was
sand.
like, so what are we filming in the other things? But whatever. He had said that the certain parts of it, he loved the look of the digital that they'd got in the past two movies, that he was like, I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it may be that those scenes are all that, and then everything else, the new stuff, is doing it a different...
Now, you didn't even see Dune 2, is that
I
right?
still haven't seen Dune 2, yes.
There is this fantastic stuff that they did with it, where you see Austin Butler's
It's the
plan,
infrared.
and it's the black and white, and
Yeah.
it's just like the way that it's been done looks phenomenal, and seeing it on the big screen.
And that was shot as it is.
Yeah.
So it's quite. I remember reading about it that they wanted to shoot it like that, but they were really worried that if they shot it and just had the black and white like look on it, that they'd give it to the studio, and the studio go, nah, it's black and white. Nah, we want color. So they shot it infrared. There's no feasible way to put color into it unless they were to go through and paint every frame.
Wow.
So
there
they
you go.
basically just like forced the hand of the studio and went,
Excellent.
can't do it.
Love that. I love it.
Yeah.
It was a standout, honestly.
Yeah.
It, like, looking at it now, or thinking back on it, I'm just like, geez, I remember watching that going, that is so cool. And the way that the light sort of plays into it is, it's just great. It still weirds me out that you didn't watch Dune.
I know. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I missed the first one in cinemas, and then I think I've held off on watching the second one because I'm like,
Unless I see the first one in cinemas again.
or even see the second one in cinemas. So it's
Yeah.
been one of those like weird franchises that I haven't fully got on board with, even though I did love the first one.
Yeah.
And like,
It also,
love
like, the
everything
first one
about it.
came out in COVID. And it was like one of those weird ones where it was like straight to digital in America because it was mid-COVID, and it was
Was
like...
it?
Yeah. It was one of the day and date releases.
Yeah, right.
2021, October in America, we didn't get it until 15th of December. So it had been on streaming for like 2 months in the States, as you can imagine. It did pretty well here, I think, for the sort of style of film it is. But then Dune 2 did better. Obviously, I think Dune 2 did probably double the numbers, which you look at a franchise.
They're like well performing, but they're not like.
Well, I think it's probably similar to Project Hail Mary. These sorts of movies are. There is an audience that will like them, and there is an audience that will go, space, ugh.
Yes.
I'm not watching that. And Project Hail Mary probably leans more into the accessibility because you're not telling people they need to learn about an entirely new world.
Yeah,
it's our world, and here's somebody who has gone into space.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Dune, and it's like,
everything
here's a
you
new
need.
political system. You need to learn who all these families are. You need to know what's going on. And now you can understand the rest of it. Also, why are these magic wizards around? Or witches, rather. And why is Timothée Chalamet allowed to, use magic? So there you go. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but I think that's sort of the go there with Dune.
Yeah. It's still interesting to me that they're going up against Avengers.
I think that it was the right move. I think Avengers, I personally don't think the hype, I think they've been and gone. They've peaked. They can't
Avengers
get it back.
Oh, I think it's going to be
chance.
interesting to see. I don't think Dune's going to win out and be the bigger opening out of those two, but I see Dune doing better than people expect it to against Avengers.
Yes, and I also think that Dune's already won because they've already got the IMAX screens, and that's a premium thing, and Avengers is losing IMAX screens. It's getting none in the US.
Yeah.
It's getting select internationally. The fact that if you had told someone 10 years ago, oh, Marvel's going to release an Avengers film and it's not going to get the IMAX screens because Dune's coming out, people are going to be like, well, what the hell are you talking about? No, obviously the Avengers is the biggest thing that you've ever seen. They're just on a downwards trajectory, and though I do think that with Spider-Man and Avengers, it's probably going to be an uptick compared to last year or the year before or the last couple of years.
I think so, but I think
just don't think that they've got it in them to.
They've got a lot of ground to make back up.
And what they were doing previously was layering all these characters and building up these characters. 1 or 2 or 3 movies a year, which they've sort of been doing, but then they're not really committing to continuing. We don't know who's doing what. I mean, the last time we saw the Wakandans for Black Panther 2 was at the end of 2022, and now it's going to be the end of 2026. It's 4 years later, and I'm I don't really care about Namor and Black Panther 2 or Shuri. I don't really care so much about those characters. I don't really care. Fantastic Four is the last one that we had, and I'm cool. Yeah, I'm sort of excited to see them again. They were recent.
Yeah.
But, previously, you'd think about it, and it's in that 4-year period where we've had next to nothing.
You were
getting
more,
Iron Man, you think 2008, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, and then we got the Avengers. Cool. And we had Iron Man 2 in that as well.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 came out. So we've seen in that 5-year period, we got 5 movies. And it's hard to say because in that 5-year period, we've probably had more than 5 movies between now. But it's they've stretched it out so much now that I'm
they've diluted it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is how the movies have felt to me, at least, as well. With a lot of them have felt they just don't have the impact they did.
And then the fact that Doomsday is bringing in everybody back just feels like The Flash bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman. It's just a quick nostalgia points where you'll get this film that reminds you of Deadpool and Wolverine, where it's you'll have fun the first time you watch it, but then after that it's okay, flash in the pan sort of thing.
This has been Marvel's problem of recent as well, is they've gone very cameo heavy, very, hey, look, it's that person. And like you said, flash in the pan. Next time you watch it, you're okay. Yeah. It's just a moment that passes by.
It's everyone cheers they're making these moments for people to cheer in the cinemas. And then after that happens, it's okay, well, the story doesn't really hold up. You're looking forward to these moments. And then let's talk on that, because this
Yeah.
was one of the things you said about the Spider-Man trailer.
Yes, yeah. So watching the Spider-Man trailer looks great. To me, I was like, it felt like I was going like, oh, there's that person. Oh, there's that person. There's this person. Like,
Oh, Punisher's there now.
you've got
and
Punisher,
Hulk.
you've got Hulk, you've got. I'm sure they'll probably put Daredevil or
Scorpions,
something
yep.
in there as well. Scorpion is not technically a cameo, but like, well, I guess we had him in one of the previous movies briefly. It felt like they were just dropping things, and like, I think I sent to you. It was and this goes hand in hand with the whole like Zack Snyder is the blueprint type of thing. But they were saying that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is the blueprint, and there was a bunch of shots from Brand New Day that are very similar to the shots from Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 looks 10 times better in these shots.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 2, for all the hate that Andrew Garfield's movies get, they are the best looking Spider-Man films by far. It's
without
like
a doubt.
not even in question.
Yeah, and all the comments I saw in this said, "Oh my God! Like, how does Andrew Garfield's one look so good, and then Brand New Day, which is coming out in 2026, looks like AI kind of made CGI."
Hate to say it, but this is what I've been saying about DC movies. How does Man of Steel look as good as it does, and Superman looked like that?
Yeah.
It's CGI's backpedaling. They've hit a point again. The CGI is the Avengers of movies.
Yeah.
It's like a tool that, and ironically, Marvel, the reason for it, they rushed so many studios that like everything is rushed, and
they don't have enough time. They don't have enough money. They're worked to the bone. Like,
and they're now being used for so much that everything's looking worse progressively.
And this also goes hand in hand with, I think, like a big issue you've had is everything looks kind of grey and everything looks kind of. It's all soft lighting, and that they do a lot of that so that it's good for the CGI.
Nothing's like looking decent cinematography, decent lighting. It's like contrasting or anything like that. It's just like really flat, and you go, oh, okay, so like I shot this on my iPhone.
When you see this comparison between Brand New Day and Amazing Spider-Man, you're going to go, oh my God, wow, the difference. Like,
to take it back one further step, looking at Brand New Day compared to any of the other Tom Holland movies, I noticed a difference in the way that this looked.
Like looking worse than
better.
those ones?
I thought it looked way better.
Yeah, okay.
Like the film looks like it actually, and this is the thing, I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually excited about this. And I've been
like overall film or just the look?
The look.
Yeah,
the look.
okay.
I mean, the vibe, I watched the trailer this morning and I was like, I'm really excited about this. I've never been a Tom Holland fan. I think he has just got one mode. He's done it well with Peter Parker, but he's not made it interesting. I felt that he's taken 3 movies to get to a point where by the end of No Way Home, when everyone's forgotten who he is and he's having to build his suit from scratch, and we see that final swing scene, I was like, oh, okay. We've taken 3 movies to get here, but we might actually be getting a Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
Whereas the other 3 movies haven't felt like that to me. Like they felt like too Iron Man heavy, too reliant on other factors. Watching this trailer, and maybe it's just the story elements or what, but I was like, this feels right. It feels good. I thought, again, contrast and shots, it looked nicer. I mean, some of it looked a little CGI-y, but I'm, again, talking about Tom Holland's Spider-Man, so like, that's what I expect. I expect it to look like that. It's Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's been part of the Marvel Universe looking this way the entire time. I think it looked the same, if not better, than the way it has in the past. We're not comparing to Mark Webb, Amazing Spider-Man, because I'll be the first to tell you, Andrew Garfield rules. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are way too hated, and Sony stuffed up by not letting him do more, because he was amazing.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 had its issues in terms of like, it had too many villains, but in saying that, this trailer shows me it has too many villains. I'm looking at it and I'm going, how can you sit there and go...
like we just talked about Superman, you got a million villains in Superman.
Yeah.
Everyone says, like, it's like this overload of It's this thing they have to do where they're like,
just cramming it full of people of
weird
like
factor where they're like, you can't sell a movie with Spider-Man, one of the biggest characters of all time. You can't sell a movie with Superman, one of the biggest characters of all time.
Yeah.
You've got to like load it up with, and like even to a degree, the Batman had Riddler, Penguin, and then
But they are Batman. They are Batman characters.
But
like,
what I'm saying is like, yes, they're Batman characters, but it's like
you're
they're
just gonna
trying
have
to
the
like
Batman riding around all
they're
night.
trying to like write it off as this
no
like
crime to solve.
as this way that they're going is like, well, in the comics, it's assumed knowledge and all of these things are happening and people are crossing over and all of these things are doing. And Marvel sort of established that. So Superman's another example where they said, it's like in the comics, these things just happen. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to throw in Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific, and they've been active forever, and we're just like throwing that in. And we're going to have 7 villains as well, and everyone's controlled by Lex Luthor, and it's the same sort of thing because that's what it's like in the comics. And they're doing that with Spider-Man here, and it's this weird thing where it's like that's their selling point, and I think they're loading it up in the trailers because they're trying to get people to come in to watch the film.
Yeah.
You know, it's less about, it's like, oh, you're going to, I mean, look, Spider-Man hasn't held a film of his own for years. He had Iron Man in half of one of his films. He had Doctor Strange in half of
I was
one
going
of
to say
his films.
Homecoming was very
And then
Iron
Far
Man
From
heavy.
Home was the worst one.
What about number 2 didn't have anyone in it?
Yeah,
Which
Far
was
From
the
Home.
worst.
Yeah, which was the worst one. And
Yeah.
like, and it still had Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I mean, star power is a bit different to like character
Yeah.
power, like, and that's what I mean with like the Batman. Like, I know you've still got a couple of different. You've got Catwoman, Penguin, and Riddler
but
in there.
that's what I'm saying is like it's like but you're right, they're within the Batman mythology, whereas
You haven't pulled in Superman to have
and
an
Spider-Man
appearance.
are both going, oh, and here's 4 villains and 3 other heroes
Yeah.
that are also there contributing to this story.
And I think the Batman is a really good example of how to do it well.
Yeah.
Penguin has a small role and like kind of one pivotal scene, and then it's not about him.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like these movies just like, oh, we need to like throw them back in for another scene. Like, yeah, make sure he gets in there. It says 2 funny lines that we'll never remember.
Yeah.
And that's where
The
I have
old Marvel humor.
Yeah, and that's my worry with Brand New Day is like I said, you've got Punisher, Hulk, and the Void already shown in the trailer. Like,
Yeah.
who else are we going to have thrown in there?
Yeah. And you know that like Sadie Sink's in here somewhere.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll get a phone call and it'll be Chris Hemsworth's like Thor on the other end of the line saying some ridiculous thing. Like, it'll be these little tiny things that just
Remind you
don't
that,
need to happen.
Yeah.
And then you look back at something like Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Ock. I don't think there is another villain in that film.
No.
And it's just almost perfect.
It's
people still say it's like the best superhero movie that's come out because they do it so well.
Yep.
And I think that's also with this one. I'm looking at it, and they're showing things.
I think
like,
it's a curse of these universes, though. These cinematic universes. It's like nobody would believe that this thing is happening, and all of these other heroes
didn't come to help.
Didn't come to help, and that's been an issue since the first Avengers movie, where they've been trying to like find out a way to be like, see, the reason that these people aren't here is because they're busy doing.
It's just that's such a like. I remember when that argument started coming out, and they're like, "Well, why wouldn't Superman show up to help Batman and that?" And I'm like, "Because he just doesn't care. I don't care. I want to see a good Batman movie over a terrible Batman movie that's got Superman in it." And like looking at this Spider-Man trailer, you've got all those characters, then there's like 3 villains shown in the trailer as well, and then we also have Spider-Man having trouble with his powers, and I'm like, Spider-Man 2, trouble with powers, Dr. Ock.
Yeah.
Simple, effective, one of the best comic book movies of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they need to like bring it way back and simplify these things.
Yeah, I agree, and I sort of felt like this was where it was going to go because they removed all of these other characters, and I sort of thought it was like, you've got this opportunity to be like, nobody remembers who Peter Parker is, But I suppose people do know who Spider-Man is, and if Hulk still exists in a universe, even if he doesn't remember,
It's a weird thing of
it's-
how that's going to play into it.
Yeah.
Because, like, is he going to be like, oh, you were with us in the Avengers. Who are you, though?
Yeah.
Like, does he remember him in the suit, or does he not remember him at all? Because it's only Peter Parker he doesn't.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just see how that plays out.
See how
Does
they
Doctor Strange remember?
How they write themselves out of this one.
Yeah. Too much Ned, too much MJ for me.
Yeah.
I understand that plays into the sadness of it, and we love a sad boy Peter Parker who is struggling to pay rent.
There was
and
talk for a while there that Ned was going to turn into like Hobgoblin or something like that.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's still too much. I don't need to see Zendaya anymore. Get rid of her.
I'm s- like, a,
Like, I
all
don't
of
need
this. I
either
am
of
still
those
very
characters.
excited for the film. I'm still going to see it in cinemas. Really excited.
Well, you got to talk about it.
Just
obviously.
looks a bit stuffed for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out with a few more trailers. Perfect example, Cold Storage a couple of weeks ago, which we loved. First trailer, okay.
Yeah.
Second trailer,
Yeah, definitely.
better. So we'll see how we go. I will say of the 4 Tom Holland films, not including any Avengers films that he was part of, Homecoming was the one I was most excited for, which was the first one. This feels fresh to me in that sense. Like, it doesn't feel like a continuation necessarily of
Yes. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It feels like, all right, we're starting a new chapter here, and I'm keen to give it a...
I think that's why I'm surprised by how much is in it. Because the end of Spider-Man, No Way Home, where he swings
It's like,
down
here you
over
go,
the
here's a separation,
Rockefeller
yeah.
Square, like the tree and that, and I was like, this looks really cool. This
Yep.
looks like we're going to get really simple Spider-Man versing one villain type of thing. And then the trailer came out, and I was like, oh, this is not where my head was going
Yeah.
with this. So,
Absolutely.
like, jury's still out till the movie's out, obviously, but yeah.
Well,
See.
we watched a movie that you have seen twice now, Project Hail Mary. Now, tell me, did you know about this? Were you familiar with the story?
Not really.
At all?
All I'd heard was that it was from the writer of The Martian. I loved The Martian. That was about all I really knew.
Yep, I am the same. I've been reading a lot of sci-fi lately, a lot of adjacent books. Like every book series I read at the moment, the recommendations on Reddit are like, oh, if you like this, you should read this, or Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And Andy Weir was in a documentary I watched about indie authors, because he's someone who started as an indie author and has managed to obviously have a couple of his stories do quite well with The Martian and now Project Hail Mary. But I haven't read either of his books. I loved The Martian movie. And
Which, like, if you haven't seen The Martian, go and watch that as well. It's
unbelievable.
so good.
Unbelievable.
Because that was Ridley Scott, I believe, that directed
It was
that.
Ridley
yeah.
Scott.
And that was like one of his recent really good movies.
Yes.
Because he's had a few sort of type of movies.
The Martian was just unbelievable, and it's one that I tell people all the time, particularly if they're not sci-fi fans.
You
Watch The
don't
Martian.
have to be
You
a
don't have to be a sci-fi
yeah.
fan. It's a human story, and it's just phenomenal.
I think it's because, and it's the same with Project Hail Mary, even though these people are like a scientist or whatever, they are kind of the everyman type of thing, and they are your sort of vessel into the story and being thrust into a story.
I think that's probably what Andy Weir does well, obviously. You've got these two stories here.
Like fish out of water type of thing, so you don't feel like you're even more out of the water.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this movie, not only did it look phenomenal, it was Ryan Gosling just being incredible, as he always is.
Yes.
And yeah, Ryan Gosling has like had this random trajectory where it was like, is he someone who makes movies for women, or is he someone who makes movies for men?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Because
like
he's dreamy either way.
He is the like quintessential star for like romance movies.
And he was for a little while.
And then he's just like, and now I make Star Wars. And you're like,
but even like he had this like trajectory of like, doing a bunch of like kind of rom-coms, romance movies, and then boom, I'm going to do a bunch of indie movies that are really obscure and really great.
yeah.
And then I don't know why I'm going down, because we should just keep going up. It's just all the way
It's
up.
just all the way up.
And then, takes some time off, has a baby, has his wife, like I'm pretty sure he was gone for a few years there where he just wasn't doing much. It was like a
And now-
one or two here, and he's having this resurgence
Well,
of
I mean, I think La La Land was sort of like this, probably this weird, like, cross point, like in the Venn diagram of movies.
Yeah.
It's like, I make romance movies for women. I make creative movies and it's sort of like this weird cross section where it's like both women and men love La La Land because it rules.
Yeah.
And then it's like Ryan Gosling's now accessible, and then he's like, oh, he's the Fall Guy, or
Yeah.
he's currently working on Star Wars Starfighter. He's in Project Hail Mary. It's like this,
I think he's so good. Like, he can do action well, he can do drama well, but then he's
funny.
so funny.
He's so funny.
He plays
Yeah.
funny better than so many other people
Yeah.
at the moment.
It's a sincerity he has
Yeah.
with his humor.
And then his
don't feel
like famous scream as well.
yeah, so yeah.
His like shriek that Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
is just perfect at.
So yeah, I mean, Ryan Gosling was perfectly cast in this, I feel. Again, having not read the book, I was just watching him talk about, it was actually Ray Porter, who is the voice of Ryland Grace, and he's actually the narrator of the Project Hail Mary audiobook, which is very popular. Ray Porter is also the narrator of a lot of others, and one that I've just read that, funnily enough, Phil Lord and Chris Miller have just optioned, another book that he's done, and they're the ones who obviously directed this. So that makes sense to me now, having it's like, oh, here's this like story that we liked in space, telling this. Now this is an adjacent one, same narrator, different story. I could see that happening on this scale, which I would be very happy about. But what I was saying was that I just watched Ray Porter share a thing about Ryan Gosling saying, I didn't listen to the audiobook. I read this book, I read the script, and I'm glad I didn't hear how he delivered until I'd already sort of done. But he is incredible, and it would have made it way more daunting because he's just fantastic. And honestly, I can say like he's a great voice. You probably know him. He was actually the voice of Darkseid in the Snyder Cut. But I found out afterwards that he was in all of these different things. He did a few voices in the Sandman audiobook that they did with James McAvoy and Kat Dennings, which was really cool. And he's been in a lot of things, but he's like huge in the audiobook world. And yeah, hearing like Ryan Gosling talking about him, and then him sharing, wow, I'm so humbled that like this is how Ryan Gosling and the whole cast are talking about me, is really nice because he's a ripper dude.
Yeah. But Ryan Gosling plays it perfect. It is his movie. Like, you've got other characters in there that are here and there for brief sort of scenes, but it's him carrying this whole thing on his shoulders.
Well, I mean, the story, all of the stories in space, and then you're seeing flashbacks to what was happening in his life prior, how he got to this point. Interesting ratio changes between the two. I mean, obviously this was shot in IMAX, or 4 IMAX rather.
I think 4 IMAX.
I think it was shot 4
digital.
IMAX. But obviously CinemaScope for the flashbacks scenes, and then it goes to the full screen for the space stuff. And I felt that was really noticeable when transitioning sort of back and forth.
Yeah, and then this full screen's not quite the 1:4:3 of IMAX as well.
Correct.
So even then you'd get an even bigger expansion on those ones, which I think would just be astounding.
Absolutely.
Because those space scenes are gorgeous.
Yes.
Speaking of our recent run of Aussie things that we've been going with and being like, yes, representing us, Greg Fraser.
Yeah.
Australian DP shot this, and he does beautiful job.
Yes.
Amazing job carrying on from Dune 1 and 2, the Batman, this. Now he's going on to the Beatles movies.
Yeah, and that's right. He's not doing Dune 3 or the Batman Part 2, which is a shame.
Is he not doing the Batman Part 2?
I think they're filming. I think I saw something about him
that hurts.
not doing that, which is such a shame because both.
Hopefully they carry on his sort of DNA through it, because the feel that he had to the Batman was Gotham.
Do you think, this is just me throwing it out there, now there is a little reference to the Beatles in this movie. Do you think that was in the book? Or do you think that they wrote it because he's about to do these Beatles movies?
Seems like a bit of a niche thing to do it, but I mean, it could have just been...
They're pretty significant. It's like...
Yeah, it could have just been like a
and
thing.
they did have a specific shot where they made sure to show that it was the Beatles.
Yeah, but then it's followed by a Beatles song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Interesting, yeah.
But yes, beautifully shot film, beautifully directed as well.
Yeah.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller have not directed in quite a while for a live action film.
No.
22 Jump Street was the last one.
Wow.
Which was a lot longer ago than you think it was.
Yes, was that what, 2012?
Something like that. I think I heard someone say it was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So
now,
yeah, 2014.
that's not to say they haven't done a live action, that's to say they haven't done a live action film. Now, they created a show called Last Man on Earth, which is incredible, where Will Arnett plays Phil Miller.
Yep.
Obviously an amalgamation of both of their names. Incredible show.
Did they just create the show or did they direct?
They created and directed some of it.
Okay.
I think they didn't direct the whole thing,
Yeah,
but they were involved
Did a couple
very
episodes or
early on, and
something,
it was their show. I think they were like showrunners on it too, so that ran for 4 years. And funnily enough, that was a show about a virus that wiped out pretty much the entire population, and then it ended, and the next year COVID happened. And in the show, it was 2018 that the virus spread, so it was really funny that it happened to be the case.
They do such a good job.
And then they've done the Spider-Verse.
Yes,
films.
yeah, of course. The
So
Spider-Verse
like
films.
those have always been massive successes, huge things. We're getting the third Spider-Verse
And
film
I
later
think
on.
that's what's been taking up most of their time in that quote-unquote hiatus. Not really a hiatus, but they just do such a good job of blending comedy with action
I mean,
or with
they
whatever
did the Lego movies.
Yes,
it's
their voice is one that when I see their names, I'm like, I'm going to see that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I have to see that movie because I know
And
it's
I
going to be
think
funny.
that-
It's going to be
exactly
like,
the comedy.
tearjerker
The
as well,
comedy
like-
element of it plays into a film like this well, where it's like it's a cool popcorn movie, but you know that it's going to be light enough that you can bring someone in who maybe wouldn't go, I'm going to watch this space movie, and then you'll be able to pull them along, and there'll be enough of that, as you said, everyman, the comedy elements that sort of keep them engaged, and then sort of suck them into the world, which is always nice.
What did you think of the character of Rocky?
I mean,
2 thumbs down?
Yeah, 2 thumbs down for Rocky. It's always interesting seeing the way these things play out.
Yeah.
I think I liked Rocky. I think it's hard to... When you're designing something for a movie, and obviously there's the translator and all of that sort of thing, so then we have to like take certain elements out of it. We're not seeing the back and forth and how slow the back and forth is because he's saying something that's translating into Rocky's language and then back and all of those sorts of things. And I found myself thinking about that a little bit throughout the movie. That's just me. And then I was going, I wonder how this is written in the book. And like that was a factor that was playing into it for me. But I liked the way that everything sort of played out. I liked the character. I liked the style of alien he was, in the sense that
It's not something we've really seen.
no,
before.
exactly. And I'm spewing that the Rocky neck pillows aren't coming to our cinema because I'd love one.
So there was like a neck pillow and there was also like a shoulder thing as well. Like
Yeah.
it just clips on your shoulder and it's Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the go there. But I thought Rocky was great. I liked the way that his technology worked. I thought that was really interesting. So
I loved Rocky. It was like like being a dad watching him. I was like, this is complete toddler
You're
energy
getting toddler energy.
of like, I'm telling you what to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And it was exactly what he was doing.
100%.
And he's so like lovable. And then the voice that they chose was just perfect, I think.
I
Him
liked
just being
that
like,
they were
amaze, amaze, amaze.
flicking through the voices and finding Meryl Streep was
Meryl
great.
Streep
And
was
just
great.
like, she can do anything. Oh,
You could tell on one of them, I think it's the Scottish one, seeing it twice, I'm like, I reckon they were doing it and just letting Ryan Gosling react to them, because he has like
Yeah.
a proper giggle about the Scottish one. I was like,
Yeah.
that's not acted, I
Yeah,
don't think. I
he's-
reckon they've just
he's
like
just-
played it and he's just like sitting there giggling.
cool. Yeah. No, I agree. I reckon that was probably the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought the whole scope of the film played out really well. I liked that. I really thought the opening scene was great. Like, if we call it the opening chapter, for example.
Yep.
Where he wakes up, doesn't really know what's going on, and we're sort of just like stumbling through everything. Really interesting way to start a film.
Yeah.
Thought it was great.
I didn't think it was going to start that way. I loved that you just kind of got thrown in the
Thrown
deep
into
end.
it, yep.
Like, you were just like, what is going on?
Yep.
You sort of, like we said, you're with him the whole way. You really like ride that roller coaster of like what's going on, what's happening. Even right down to the end when there's sort of like a pivotal flashback scene and things change and you go, oh wow, okay, like so there's surprises the whole way through,
Yep.
but not on like a level of, not necessarily spoiler level. Like I
I wouldn't
wouldn't
call it like massive major twists or anything.
No.
But there's definitely moments where you're like, oh, like connecting the dots. Rather.
Yes, yeah.
That really, again, keeps you just like on your toes the entire film.
I also have on my watch list at home on YouTube, I've got I think 4 episodes now of Adam Savage's Tested that are all about Project Hail Mary and the making of it.
Okay.
The spaceship, things like that, and he's looking through it all. Because I believe they said that, I can't remember if it was there was no CG used in the film or if there was very minimal.
Right, they sent Gosling to space.
But yes, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
But like
How long was he there?
Interstellar didn't have it.
Yeah, well, that's right. they sent Matthew McConaughey to space.
Yeah.
They were working on that film for a long time.
Yeah. But through visual, obviously,
yeah.
visual effect, but not CGI
Yeah,
green
yeah,
screen
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I think it may have not been that there was no CGI, maybe it was there was no green screen used.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
I'd believe a little bit more than no CGI, because I don't know how you'd do Rocky. I can understand he'd be a puppet, but that puppet
He's
moves
still-
very well.
Yeah, it's still a puppet.
Yeah.
I have seen some of the puppetry that they did with it, which was really cool. I don't know if you saw that he recreated the La La Land poster for
Yes,
Project Hail
yes, I
Mary.
shared that the other day. I thought it
And
was
made
hilarious.
sure that he got his hand right. Are you familiar with the story with the hand?
No.
So if you look
I
at the
feel
La
like
La
I-
Land poster, he throws his hand out, and
I
you
do think
probably
I've
can't
seen-
see it here, but instead of doing his hand like this, which was
It's
the
like-
intention, he did it like that because he thought it would look cool. And then he was like, now every time I look at the poster, it's literally the worst thing that I've ever seen. He's talked about it and he said it's his number one regret in acting is doing that, and that being the
I have
shot that
heard
they
this
used.
story before, yeah.
So the fact that they like recreated it with Rocky and his like
And the
entire
proper
thing
hand.
was like, did my hand look cool? And then they've like released the poster that says Project Hail Mary and it's him and Rocky like doing the same
Yeah.
thing. Great. That's just phenomenal.
So good.
So there you go. That's Project Hail Mary. I mean, 2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down, amaze, amaze, amaze.
Amaze, amaze, amaze.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's definitely one that people need to go see. See it on the big screen. Trust us when we say that. It's
Yeah.
huge in scale. It's all space.
It's
And-
beautiful, and the sound as well.
Yeah.
You very you feel like you're in space. With
You
them.
want to... This is one of those films where you want to be engulfed. You want to be engulfed in a film like Project Hail Mary. You just want it to...
No distractions.
no
nothing,
distractions. Just sound, visuals. It's just all engaging, and yeah, that's definitely where you want to be.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
went straight onto my top 10 list for 2026.
yeah, 100%. It would probably be up there, maybe my favorite.
I think it's sitting at like number 1 for me currently.
Yeah. So yeah, Project Hail Mary. That's that. Sam, is there anything that you wanted to talk about? I mean, we were talking about potentially doing a this or that for
sci-fi one?
for sci-fi movies.
I mean, what are you going to hit me with here? Because I feel like it's going to be.
all right,
If you're going to hit me with interstellar stuff, that's just going to win out for everything.
all right. Let's have a look at what I got here.
But there is a lot of sci-fi there.
There is a lot of sci-fi. All right. These ones are going to be hard.
Okay.
Now, we're going to start. This one is, I think, a decision that you'll either make knowing the answer. I know the answer for mine already, but is it Star Wars: A New Hope or Star Trek?
Oh, Star Wars.
Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan. You know, that's
The new Star Trek movies that J.J. Abrams did were great. They were the best Star Wars movies we'd had seen in a long time.
Yeah. All right. Inception
Oh, okay.
or The Matrix?
I haven't watched The Matrix in a long time, but I'm gonna go The Matrix.
Yeah, The Matrix
it's
is
just more of a pivotal movie.
No, I agree. And Inception is incredible.
Oh yeah, no.
And
no
I
shade
need
Inception.
to rewatch Inception. But The Matrix is an all-time favorite series for me. I know people don't like 2, 3, 4. I will watch every single Matrix movie.
I still
on
need to see
repeat
number
forever.
4.
I remember having an experience, a really bad cinema experience with number 4, where I came in to watch it. It was here before I worked here, and somebody just like answered her phone and was just having a full-on conversation
In the cinema.
in the cinema.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I literally got up, and this is going to sound like one of those stories where people go, "Oh, that didn't happen." I got up, I walked over, and I said, "Either turn your phone off or get out."
Yeah.
And I said it like that, and then I walked back to my seat, and I literally got clapped.
Yeah.
I got clapped. Unfortunately, it was right over the exposition of what the villain was doing.
Oh, no.
And I had to watch the film again to really
Yeah.
grasp it all. But
I had a
terrible
similar experience. I was at the movies with a friend who worked at a cinema as well, funnily enough, and we were sat a fair way back, and there was a group of people. Someone picked up their phone, having a full conversation, like you
It's
said,
unbelievable.
I'm like, okay, it's one thing if your phone rings and you go, "Oh my god, I forgot," and you turn it off.
Yeah.
But to pick it up,
to pick it up, to have a conversation, pick it up and leave. I'll wear the first sentence of your conversation. "I'm sorry, I'm in a cinema. Give me a second." Like,
Yeah.
I'll wear that. That's fine. You
Yeah.
can't help it. It's an important call. Do what you got to do. Pick up a call and talk in the cinema. I'm sorry, stoned
get the
to death.
F out.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what my friend said. He
Sure.
said he yelled at them and said, "Get the F out
Yep.
if you were going to be on your phone."
100%. I
Like-
mean, you may as well
Yeah.
kick a dog. It's the same thing.
Yes, it's just as bad.
All right, Interstellar or Gravity?
Oh, Interstellar. Yeah, Interstellar. Gravity's great, but Interstellar, 100%.
I saw.
I have Interstellar tattooed on my arm.
Gravity was the first gold class film I saw.
Oh, okay.
Now that I'm saying it, I saw it in this room in 2013 when it came out. I completely forgot until this moment when it was mentioned. Came with a bunch of friends. That film was a lot. Great. I remember going, "Holy crap, this was..." Watching on this screen, lots of spinning, lots of motion. I think I got motion sickness.
It is a great film. It is not a film I have revisited. Whereas Interstellar I have revisited
Yeah.
many times.
Including just weeks ago.
Yes.
All right, Blade Runner. You seen Blade Runner?
Yes. Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049 with Gosling.
I'm going to go 2049.
Yep.
It's not that either of them are... Not that Blade Runner
I need
is
to watch both
worse.
again. I actually recently bought the Final Cut Blade Runner on Steelbook. I need to get
Which Final Cut? There's
the
like
Final
four
Cut.
different...
No, like the director's Final. Like I got it's a recent release where they
Yeah.
put it all
But
out.
I'm pretty sure it's like famous for like,
Yeah.
there's a director's cut, and then there's a director's final cut, and then there's like a director's something else cut.
Yeah,
There's
so like
many different
basically
cuts of Blade
it's
Runner.
like whenever you're saving something as like the final edit.
Yes.
Final
version 3.
So Blade Runner 2049, I need to get Steelbook for as well,
Yeah.
but incredible. Alien or Predator?
Or Alien.
Yeah, I'm an Alien fan over Predator, but
Predator's still great, but
Predator's great. But yep, Alien's the franchise for me. RoboCop or Terminator 2?
Terminator 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I agree.
RoboCop was cool and super violent compared to what you probably have in your mind if you haven't seen it recently. It's a lot more
Yes.
violent than you ever remember it to be. But yeah.
Now these
Terminator
some of these suggest like whether or not this counts, but Jurassic Park
Okay.
sort of science fiction. Like
It's still
it's sci-fi, I suppose. It's not space sci-fi.
Yeah.
That way, but it's science fiction. Jurassic Park or Avatar?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, right. I would go Avatar.
Really?
Yeah. Avatar is a franchise that has grown on me to be one of my favorite franchises. Jurassic Park is a franchise I grew up with and was like, yeah, I like these. But it was never a Star Wars for me. It was never a Matrix for me. It was never a, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was like one of those ones where I was just like, oh yeah, I like Jurassic Park.
I feel like Jurassic Park has such a nostalgia tie for me.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing the
that's Star Wars
logo
for me.
everywhere and things like that. And then even the latest movie I think is not very great, but I would still put it on and enjoy the hell out of it because it's dinosaurs killing people.
Of course. And that's not to say anything negative, as I said, Jurassic Park for me. Looper,
Oh yeah, okay.
Back to the Future.
I'm gonna take Looper.
Ooh.
I love Looper.
All right.
Looper was one of my favorite films for a long time.
Never saw Looper. Intended
Have
on
you
watching it.
still not seen it?
Intended on watching it. Somebody told me what the go is, and it spoiled it for me. And then I was like,
I can't remember if there's much to spoil from it though.
nah. There's another film where, it's like Sixth Sense. I've never seen The Sixth Sense.
Oh, you're not saying Looper's like Sixth Sense?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying that
I was like,
never
this-
saw The
what?
Sixth Sense because somebody told me
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is dead at the end. And I'm
mean,
like, okay. Well, now it's like I'm gonna watch this entire film knowing that, and
It's
I'm
still
not
a
gonna
great watch.
experience it the same way. You know what I mean? So I just never got around to it.
It's unfortunate because it is The Sixth Sense, for instance, is a great rewatch once you know it.
Yeah,
But it's,
you
want both
you miss
versions.
the experience.
Yes.
Yeah. Dune or Mad Max Fury Road?
Mad Max.
Okay, I would go Dune, but Mad Max is right up
I
there.
love
Fury Road
Fury
is so
Road.
good. But
It's
Dune,
such an
I think,
underappreciated. I'm always still surprised by how underappreciated Fury Road is.
I
And
agree.
There's a lot of people that love it, but it should have done even bigger numbers. than it
I
did.
100% agree, and I also am very much for the fact that Furiosa was extremely underappreciated as well.
Yeah.
But I think Dune more fits my aesthetic. I like these big space worlds like Star Wars.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. District 9 or Elysium?
District 9.
Yeah, District 9 for me.
Elysium never delivered quite as much as I wanted it to.
Yeah, okay. That's the Matt Damon one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff in it, but it ended up being a little bit of style over substance.
All right, last one. Ready Player One,
Oh,
Tron Legacy.
I'm gonna take Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I love Spielberg too.
Yeah,
Spielberg's
I think
sci-fi
I
as well.
also have to go with Ready Player One. Tron Legacy rules. Joseph Kosinski is awesome.
Have you seen Minority Report?
Yes, I've
Yes.
seen
Another Spielberg sci-fi. I'm surprised that's not on the list. That's
Yeah.
an underappreciated movie as well.
Minority. I actually was talking to someone about Minority Report this week.
It's such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Did you ever play the PlayStation game?
No.
Oh, I had that. It was so good.
One of those ones you go back now and everyone's a block and you're just like, this is not as good as I remember.
In my mind, it is not
But-
that at all. In my mind, the graphics are like real life.
Oh my God. All right, that is our episode on Project Hail Mary. We hope you getting to see it, enjoy it. Remember, #Rocky, and you could win yourself one of 3
Hacky sack.
hacky sacks. And if you're the first one to do it, you're going to get to see the movie for free. How good is that? So there you go. That's us. Remember, when you come to the movies, there are no bad seats, and we'll see you here.
See you then.